Hello, I'm Chef Lamont, and over the next few weeks I'm going to be shooting a series of YouTube videos. Hopefully it's going to teach you a lot about doing some great cooking and some flavorful cooking. This videos will be cooking with roots. Roots is going to be one of the featured items in each one of the dishes we do, and hopefully you'll get to enjoy some good tasting Southern cuisine and understanding what the roots of what we're doing is going to be doing for us. Hey Facebook family, here I am, back again, Chef Lamont. I want to show you a few more little things about knife skills with having a good time. Know y'all saying, I want to make me some nice looking table presentations for the holidays, for whatever come up. I want to do some things, give you a couple of ideas. We're going to use some apples, hey, and some pears, just to make a couple of little fun looking things that we can do with it. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to use some lemon. It's acidic. A lemon, anything with a peeling like a lemon here, like an orange, tangerine, or limes, any of those kind of things, they're going to have a lot of acid to it. Lemon's got a little bit more acid than those other things. Pineapple have acid in them as well. So you can use any of the juice from lemons, limes, pineapples, oranges to help with what we're going to do here with our next cuts on some of this fruit. Now the reason we're using some acid is because acid helps, stops the oxidation when you start cutting fruits, especially. You got some vegetables like potatoes and some of your other vegetables that'll turn kind of rust brown looking when the oxygen start deteriorating them. But usually water can help stop oxidation with stuff like vegetables. When you get them with fruits, you need something a little bit more acidic. And we use lemon today, but you can use pineapple juice, you can use orange juice, you can use a lot of other things to make that stop happening. And what that means is once we cut this apple, it automatically starts turning brown because the oxygen, the longer the oxygen hit that apple, the longer it's going to turn darker and darker and darker till it end up being unedible, which we call that to say that it's going to be it almost like it's rotting. So bacteria start taking over and it start deteriorating because of the oxygen in it. So we take it and dip it in this lemon water, and it stops the oxidation. It helps preserve the color of the apple. We take 2 incisions off the apple, and when we're going to cut this apple across the top to make what I like to call a T. You're not going to cut through it at the base, and we'll make what we got as a T across the top. I've been on the side and coming up about a ½ an inch, and we'll make an incision not going all the way through. So we have something that looks like this. This is our base. We got our base, we put it back together, and then we're going to make a series of cuts. We turn this piece that we cut off one side. We're going to dip it, stop the oxidation. Then we're going to make a series of cuts on it, cutting those all the way in 2. Thin slices. Almost like what we did with our julienne cuts. We want to make sure that we keep that cut going straight. Gotta be very careful with cutting through this apple when you hold it on both sides. Now we'll stop the oxidation of each piece of apple. And we'll work on this other side of the apple same way. Turn it on its side. I'm going to slice through it. This is some of the fun stuff I used to like to do all the time with some of my catering events, is to take and make birds and animals out of fruits and vegetables. Because when I was growing up, My grandmother used to say, don't play with your vegetables, don't play with that fruit, eat it. But now, I get the opportunity to play with it and let other people enjoy it. We're going to stop our oxidation. And just some quick, easy things to do with your fruits to make you a pretty presentation on your table setting. We're going to take our back end. And this paring knife is only used for carving. You see how thin the blade is on that? It is sharp as a razor. So you got to be very careful when you're using this particular paring knife. And some of these knives I got, some of my better knives are Mercer knives. I love Mercer knives because they are good quality knife. And if you're going to go to school, I would suggest that you get a Mercer knife set than just getting any type of knife that you want to go and buy. But like I say, you don't have to spend a lot of money on knives when you're getting good knives. I'm going to make a few incisions on this back end of this, what I call the bird of paradise. And I have been doing this particular bird probably now for about, I guess 30 years of my 40-something years of culinary activities. Then we're going to take the head of this, and we're going to use the small tip of our paring knife and just kind of carve out the shape like you're using a pencil. We're going to make a few incisions across the back. We're going to end up putting this bird together. Generally use toothpicks to do this, but we're going to use some stems from our mint leaves. So I got some mint leaf stems. We're going to make this bird that you can use on your display table when you get ready to display. We'll take and make a series of these cuts that we did with one side. I want to make sure that we get it all covered and get these apple cuts real neatly put on the top of this apple so that anybody want to eat them, they can just pick them away. And once they pick them away, they can eat them at will. And if they eat them at will, all your garnishes on your display will be edible. That's the main thing of doing when you start making something to help your table look good. You want to make sure not only does it look good, but we can eat it when we get to enjoying our table setting. Don't get discouraged because it don't come out like you want to. Then we're going to have our pear. We'll cut across the bottom, oxidize it. We're going to use that bottom part. Don't eat it. Not yet. We'll take our knife and make a couple of incisions across the top. My knife cuts so fine I can't see what I made the incision at. And then we're going to take this bottom that we had and we're going to make us a couple of half moon cuts on it. And those half moon cuts we'll make, and this is going to be our ears. We're taking oxidize it, get us a couple of little pieces of clove and stick on it. Let's create us a tail and give us a little mouse. Having some fun with some fruits and vegetables and making sure that we got our knife skills down pat. We can always do some nice things with fruits, vegetables, and enjoying ourselves. We're going to show you some new dishes coming up pretty soon. We're making some sauces. Thank you for being with Chef Lamont, and culinary arts with me on this holiday time.